Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I just wanted to kind of go over and talk about, now that I've finished Kathy Rain with you guys and I've let it sink in a little bit, I kind of wanted to go over just some of my thoughts about the game. First off, I like point and click adventure games. They were the casual cozy games before there was a genre called casual cozy games, right? Or casual or cozy, whatever. That's what they were. They were the original ones. You would just point, click, select your text. And there's a certain elegance to that. And they've always been very good at storytelling, if the story's good. And to me, Kathy Rain's story was pretty good. I really did enjoy it. I'm going to go with the interface was pretty good. I enjoyed the interface. The interface was very reminiscent of the later LucasArts games, the Sierra games. It worked fine. The point and click worked great. There were a couple times it kind of hung up and sent me in the wrong spot, but I think that happened on those games too. I mean, it's a point and click game. So control-wise, I think the game is fine. It did its job. Graphically, I like the throwback graphics. I like the graphics that reminded me of when I played these games back in 1985 to 19 now. Really dating myself on that, but I think you guys all know I'm not some young, hip, cool YouTuber. I mean, because I do stupid shit like that and adjust my collar all the time. But the game, the graphics were good. It wasn't hard to read any of the stuff. It wasn't hard to make out anything. There were a couple times it was kind of hard to make out stuff that you were trying to investigate, but not overly difficult. Kathy Rain 2, the graphics are much the same. I don't think they're much different at all from what I've seen, but different storyline, of course. Brings me to point 3 of Kathy Rain. Story. I enjoyed the story. I will say that I enjoyed the story. I like how initially I didn't care for it. Initially I thought it was too long to build up, and until you get to her hometown and try to solve the mystery of what happened to the grandfather and happened to the other people that went missing and everything, it's kind of But once you get to that point, it's pretty good. I do wish there were times when you could have not had a smart-ass response, like to the cop. I think even someone that's a smartass most times knows that there's a time and place to not do it. And generally, a small town cop with a gun, that's one of the guys. That being said, I think overall it was a good story. It had the character development was solid enough. We learned more about Kathy as it went on. We didn't really learn much about E. I wish we had. I really kind of started to like her character a little bit near the end. But she was good. I would have liked to have found out more about the grandfather, the grandmother, stuff like that. After the end event, I would have liked to have seen, instead of just really quick cutscene pictures of the people that were involved in it, I would have liked to have seen more of short cutscenes, maybe with her visiting the visiting Kaki again and seeing how he is, because the end events should have healed a lot of people. So I'd be curious as to how that was. The only disappointment I had was I really thought that the airbase and the government was not going to be a red herring, and it was. There was some things that were not tied up to me in the plot. There was a little bit of a ruckus. I had to stop because the wife and daughters went to Eternity for me, or went to Eternity and picked me up some frozen chai tea drink, which is great. Anyway, so storyline, like I said, I kind of wish the government would have been involved, and they don't explain where the three lights come from, realistically. They don't explain where the three lights come from, and it's called the Source, but maybe it's left open to interpretation on purpose, so we all think of it a different way. To me, the end of it felt like a Hellraiser movie, kind of, only without the amount of sexual-looking things and, leather and stuff like that. The concept was real similar. Well, yes and no. Like, people aren't necessarily punished, but they bring them there to try to get past what they did and to reconcile with themselves, which Hellraiser's kind of like that, only there's no reconciliation. They're there to torture you. So maybe depending how bad you are, that happens in this too. I don't know. My point is, there was a few things that could have been wrapped up better or neater or not. I won't say wrapped up, but yeah, kind of. Like I would have liked to have seen like she goes and visits what's his name? Like I said, Cocky. She goes and visits the son of I lost characters' names. This the boy that sister died. You know, the boy that sister's drowned. She goes to visit him and see if he's again. He had mental issues already, like legitimate medical ones. But I'm sure living with what happened was making it worse. And I wonder if he is released of that. So there was a lot, there was no speaking to the millionaire anymore. I kind of would have liked to have seen like him look out the window and see what was going on and smile because he knew something was being completed. Uh, and I do kind of wish that she would have met her dad, not a zombified version of him, but I do kind of wish she would have met her dad and not necessarily forgave him, but reconciled and accepted what happened. I guess she kind of accepted it, but I mean, she carried her dad's lighter around, right? So kind of weird. So that's the kind of things I think would have been nice to have seen. I think she did get that reconciliation in a way, but I don't know if it's real because of the world she was in at the time. So there were a few things I think could have been tied up a little better at the end. Like day 5 seemed really short, and I suck at games. And even I didn't really have a lot of problems blazing through it. I mean, you guys saw I didn't really cut much. So I think some of that stuff could have been expanded on in day 5 a little bit. But overall, that game was a great game. In the pantheon of point and click games that I've played, that game's an easy B plus. It is a nice, solid game. We'll see what Kathy Rain 2 Soothsayer is like coming up soon. Not soon, because I think I'm gonna throw out some original Fallout or something first. But other than that, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the gameplays. If you watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry the last episode had horrible audio issues where we lost all the audio, and I forgot to put that in the description, and then I just filled it in with creepy music, but I think it worked. I think most text was on the screen long enough for most people to read. I do feel bad about that, so I got to be more careful making sure this mic doesn't get deselected somehow, and I don't know how it happened. So, yeah, on that note, have a good one, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time with a new game.